Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Jay Jax, the Sonic Provocateur. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of MojoTone pre-made wiring harnesses. So we've got both kinds, the standard wiring harness and the premium wiring harness. And we're going to take a look at what makes them different, what's in the box, what you get when you order one of these wiring harnesses from MojoTone, and how it may make your life easier and what you may want to change about them. So first we're going to take a look at the standard wiring harness, and then we'll take a look at the premium wiring harness. The premium one is actually going to go in my Les Paul. And first let's take a look at this guy. Sorry, I'm going all handheld today, guys. So, when you open the box, you are greeted by a very nice, lovely wiring harness. So, I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit here. So, as you can see, the quality of the wiring harness is absolutely fantastic. The standard wiring harness for Les Pauls are going to come with vitamin T, paper and oil capacitors, and these have their custom vintage taper CTS MojoTone 500K pots. Now, this is wired from pin 3 to pin 2, which is vintage correct. All the solders on it look absolutely fantastic. This is a fantastic upgrade for any Les Paul. Now, when you open up the bottom here, let's take a look at the wire and wiring that comes with it. So, this is the switch. It is the short switchcraft switch, and it's a pretty standard issue wiring. It's already color coded, and it's already ground braided. Already got the knurled installed. It does not include a switch tip. So for those who may be switching over from an overseas made guitar or something like that, be aware that the kit does not include a switch tip, and the switch tips and also the retainer ring on switchcrafts do not always fit, so you may have to get a Gibson retainer, or a Gibson switch tip to match your plastics. And of course, it comes with a nice high quality switchcraft 1/4" jack. So if you're rocking one of the import ones, that these get bent, they get tore up, they go out, you're constantly having to rebend these. They're terrible. So having a nice high quality one will last for years, if not decades. So now let's take a look at the premium model and how it differs. So one of the important things to take note of is that before you even open the box, you can see that it's quality assured, handmade in the USA. All the parts in this are USA made parts, for those that are sticklers about things like that. But you can tell that a lot of love and care went into these products by people that clearly play guitar and love guitar, and you can tell that they really love their work and they love what they do. So this is the premium model, Now, with this, you get the Luxe bumblebee capacitors. Now, I opted for the model that is a 0.22 in the bridge and a 0.15 in the neck. So it's, should give me a nice sweet honky woman tone in my neck position to match the new Gibson custom buckers that the guitar that this is going in is going to be installed in. There's one thing though that I didn't notice in the photos, that when I received this wiring harness, I had to go back and look, and it's how the harness itself is wired. So this one as well has the custom MojoTone 500K vintage taper pots. However, if you'll take note, pin 1 is wired to pin 1. So in a vintage Les Paul, pin 2 is wired to pin 1. So normally the bridge humbucker would come in here, then go into the tone circuit, and then the switch would be wired to here. So the way that the tone circuit works is a little different. On their website, they state that this gives you more independent control. So it's kind of like a hybrid modern wiring. I'm unsure if I'm going to leave it that way. I'll probably take this capacitor and move it to pin 2 so that it's proper vintage. That's just something that I noticed. I looked on their website, and it looks like that's correct for how this is supposed to be. But it's closer to modern wiring, And so let's take a look at what else comes in the box. So with this, we get a nice long shaft switchcraft jack for our Les Paul with proper vintage correct Belden braided cable. It's already pre-stripped. That's nice. And the ground on it looks really, really good. Now, again, there is no switch tip. So if you're putting this in a Les Paul, a Gibson, or probably an Epiphone, you probably already have one. But again, if you're converting something that's an import, you may not have that, so that's something to think about. My only complaint is that they did not label which, obviously you can see which one is the ground wire, but they did not label which one is the neck and which one is the bridge, so you may have to sort that out. It would be nice if those were labeled bridge and neck, because otherwise you're going to have to fiddle around with a voltmeter and pass signal through it and figure out which one's the bridge and which one's the neck. And that could be time consuming, and obviously you can't just turn this around, because this can only get installed one way in a Les Paul. You can't install this backwards. You have to install it this way in the body cavity. And of course it comes with high quality switchcraft replacement. So that's everything that's in the box. And when you order one of these high quality MojoTone wiring harnesses, that's what you get. So take note, if you are ordering the premium wiring harness, it's not technically 50s wiring. It's like a modified wiring harness that's kind of closer to a Telecaster So you may have to modify this harness more if you want it to be vintage correct. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. Rock on. Click like and subscribe. It's been J Jax, the Sonic Provocateur.